Hello, everybody, and welcome to this month's leadership. So, we are going to go over what it really means to be a leader. We're going to break this down. Leadership begins with a mindset. People are going to tell you that maybe you need to do something, you need to have this, or you need to have systems, or do trainings, things like that. But at the end of the day, you can't really phone in leadership. It really is a choice that you have to do to change your mindset. And you're going to decide to do things that don't necessarily even have anything to do with you. So it really is more of a arrows out type of a mindset, right? So it's how can I give? How can I help? How can I dial in more? How can I be the best resource I can be? Because at the end of the day, that's really what leadership is being a resource to someone. And once you change into that mindset, you're going to realize that being able to connect with other like-minded people is going to be a really great way to do things. So leadership also, it's not a title. It is not a title. You can be a leader in a lot of different ways, but it all comes down really to arrows out, giving to others. Sponsoring, growing your team is something that if you're working this as a side hustle or a side income or as a way to make a difference in your life or the life of your family and do the ultimate and work this as and replace it into your full-time income, then sponsoring and growing your team is how you're going to get there. You have to do the leadership steps. So if you were to ask me what is the one thing I think is most important in being a leader, it would be sharing. Hands down, sharing. Sharing is what you did in your business to get to where you are today. And growing a team isn't just about checking things off a list, right? Oh, okay, I did this and this and this and this. Now I'm a good leader, right? That's not how it works, and we all know this. So you have to really be a source of, again, arrows out, sharing the things that you're doing, the ways that you're doing them, the things that you're learning, the things that you're trying, and how you were being consistent effectively in your business. Because those are the things that your team members are going to learn to rely on. Those are the things that they're going to be able to walk away with, right? And be understanding of the fact that I can be a good leader if I truly am giving of myself. Now, a lot of this is going to go around systems, and systems are essential in your business. And so that certainly is going to go for every part of your business, but even when it comes to leadership, you need to have systems in place. So when you onboard a new team member, when you do follow-ups, when you're booking parties, all of those things, if whether you realize it or not, those are systems that you've put in place, right? They're repeated actions that you take every single time XYZ happens, right? So no matter if you are only able to work your business maybe once a week for 30 minutes, or you're working this business full time, or you're working it 3 to 4 days out of the week, systems is what is going to keep you accountable, and it's going to keep you on track in your business. Let me tell you, systems have saved my business. I don't even know how many times, and they will continue to do so. They are just that important. Recognition, coaching or connection chats, helping others to learn new things, onboarding those new downline team members, all those things need a system. And so really being able to effectively create your own systems to what works for you in your business and for your team is going to be your saving grace. One of my favorite quotes that I wanted to share with you today as we're talking about this is from John Clear from Atomic Habits. And this is his quote. So you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So if you don't have systems in place, then you're certainly going to find yourself consistently always playing catch up, always trying to remember what was I going to do? Where did I leave off last? Who did I contact last in those follow-ups, right? And that imposter syndrome is going to creep in. Like, am I really good enough to be a good leader? All of that's going to creep in, and you're going to start telling yourself, I'm not good at being a leader, or I am not meant to be a leader. And remember, at the end of the day, we tell ourselves, and that's where that mindset kicks in, right? So if you are telling yourself those things, then that's exactly where your mindset's going to be. It's going to be, I'm not a leader. I can't do the hard things that it takes to do that. So we need to be making sure that the things that we're doing are going to truly work for us. So, as with most things with this business, and one of the things that I love to do on a pretty regular basis is to evaluate the state of my business. I'm always evaluating, are things working well? Am I satisfied with where I'm at in my business? Is this what I intended to accomplish when I said, okay, I'm going to do Scentsy full time and this is it? Have I reached my plateau? Am I there? So if you can honestly tell yourself, yes, I'm exactly where I want to be in my business. I'm making exactly how much I want to make when it comes to this business. I've got it. I'm good. Then awesome. Sit back, relax, kick your feet up. You got this. Just keep on doing you. If you're anything like me, I'm not done yet. My story is not yet written, right? So I have to remind myself, what am I waiting for? What am I waiting for to happen? No one's going to come and build my team. But what I can do is I can set the culture for my team. And I can show my team that leadership isn't just one thing. It's everything that you do in your business. Everything that you do in your business. That's kind of a scary concept, right? Because when you really want to sit back and look at different things and see what is working and what isn't working, it's very easy to get down on ourselves. And it's very easy to, well, I didn't do it this way, therefore, right? So when you think about leadership, no matter if you have a team of 1, if you have a team of 5, if you have a team of 20, it all is going to come down to communication and setting up your system. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek into how I really utilize systems when it comes to leadership. You guys probably know by now, I know you've heard me talk about it a lot, that I have themes to every single day of the week. This is my full-time job. So I do work my business at least 5 days a week, if not sometimes 7 days a week. And that's a lot. I'm not going to lie. That's a lot. It is something that I've chosen to do. It is something that is important to me because when I ask myself that question, am I at the place that I want to be in my business yet? Am I there? No. So one of the things that my friend Cassie had told me at one point in time is, I'm doing all this hustle now. I'm putting in all the work now. I'm putting all the time and energy into this now so that I can grow a sustainable team and I can grow a sustainable business. So then later on, I can sit back and I can enjoy where I'm at in my business because I will have gotten to that point to where, yeah, I'm where I want to be. I'm making the kind of money that I want to be able to make. So until I get there, I'm going to put the time in. Now, I have gotten to the point to where, yes, this is my full-time job. This is my full-time income. And I don't trade hours for money anymore, right? Even when I, worked in the hospital, I was always just trading hours for money. I was just showing up, right? Didn't matter. I mean, it did, but it didn't matter significantly if I showed up and did all the things I had on my to-do list that day or not. I still got paid the same way, no matter what. Just did, right? I just had to show up. So when you look at that perspective, when it comes to our business, I have to do more, right? I am now trading my knowledge and the things that I'm learning and the things that I'm sharing and working my business for my paycheck, right? All of the things that I put into my business every single day are very strategic, they are very intentional, and they are very focused. And this is something that did not come naturally to me. Let me tell you that right now. I did not just instantly be like, oh, totally got this under control. In fact, when I retired myself from working outside the home, for the first 2 weeks of working Scentsy full time, I honestly felt myself kind of fumbling around. Like it was like, I mean, I'd been doing Scentsy for a while, what, 6, 7 years at that point, right? But even then, I was finding myself just like, oh, what should I do today? What should I work on today? I was just kind of bouncing around to this and that, and then it'd be like, oh well, Netflix looks good today, and then that's kind of how my day would go. And it wasn't until about that second, third month in that I was like, I have got to set myself up a schedule, because I am a very structured person. I have to have structure in my scheduling, in my life. And so I recognized that, realized when I asked myself what is not working for me, well, obviously I need structure. Because if I looked back to my job outside the home, my day was fully structured. I had meetings or training classes or whatever it was going on that day, and I kind of knew where I needed to be at certain times. So I just adopted that same strategy and put it into my business. So my planner is actually a time block system. So, for example, what that looks like is, I wake up every day and I have a set routine that I do every single day. I wake up, I get myself ready, I have a cup of tea, I do some devotional reading, and then I come into my office and I kind of like open up the world in here. And then I start and switch over into, okay, what do I have on my schedule? Because at the end of every night, what I do is I write down, what am I going to work on tomorrow? What is my theme? What am I working on? Where am I at? And so when I come into my office every day after that morning routine, I can instantly pull up my planner and know, okay, I'm going to time block from here to here. I'm going to work on some marketing materials in Canva. I'm going to get those made up. Maybe I'm going to work on samples. Maybe I'm going to do some follow-ups that day. Maybe I've got some coaching or connection calls that I need to do with team members. It all depends on how my day is based and what the theme of that day is. So I'm not fumbling around anymore. Also, I try and stick to some business hours. I really try and do that because I always said that I was a recovering workaholic, but honestly, I think that that still plays a big role in how I work and how I function. Because even when I'm kind of done in my office, so to speak, and that's when I've kind of done my work for the day, even when I will go out and kind of relax after, my youngest is asleep and my husband's already in bed for work the next day, right? I'm usually watching like something like Schitt's Creek or something that I enjoy, and then I'm still like working in my planner. I'm plotting out what's tomorrow's to-do list look like, what did I get done today, what do I need to move to tomorrow, what's coming up this week or next week, right? And I'm really in that more strategic planning mode. And for me, that just happens to be very relaxing. So it works for me. So that may or may not work for you, but at the same time, you have to be able to figure out what is going to work for you. So you have to sit down and decide, first of all, how much time are you devoting to your business? Even if it's 10 minutes a day, if you spend that 10 minutes a day productively and intentionally, then that 10 minutes is all you need. Depending on the project, right? Maybe, I mean, I don't know, right? You get the point. If my plan is on Monday, I'm going to do personal development and I'm going to work on marketing materials and setting up posts for the week, then if I only got 10, 15 minutes, then that's what I'm going to squeeze into that 10 and 15 minutes. Tuesdays for me are team days, and it's all about recognition, running reports, seeing where people at, sending emails, doing follow-ups there. All of those things fall into Tuesdays. Wednesdays are more training specific. They're more marketing specific, social media. I like to get a lot done that way. And then Thursdays is kind of, well, not kind of, it really is my main follow-up day. So that's when I will do handwritten cards. That's maybe when I'm working on Happy Mail, all of those things. Fridays are my catch-all day and for my big fat projects. And so, being a part of the Bliss Leadership Group is, we've got programs that we're trying to set up for everyone, and we're trying to make sure that we get things organized and scheduled and planned in the main group and things like that. So that's really what I spend Fridays doing. Of course, Saturdays and Sundays, I'd like to say I just take the whole day off, but honestly, I really don't. I don't really have a theme for those days either because it really depends on what myself and my family are doing. If we've got stuff going on, great. Then when I do get home, again, that's usually when I'm either in my office if I've got stuff that I need to get done or I just want to do today, or I'm on the couch with my iPad working through some things and maybe answering emails and doing all the follow-ups. So I really try and keep to that schedule. And by keeping to that schedule, it holds me accountable. And it really kind of sets me up to be able to track and control and be intentional. Again, it's all about intentional with my time. So really sit down and determine how much time do you have to devote to your business and where is it that you want to be in your business? If it is that side hustle, that income driven, that I need to be at this place to be happy with what I've got, then you have got to make the plans to get there. And for a while, it may look like you're putting in a little bit more time into your business. But let me tell you right now, the more time that you actually sit down and put into intentionally working your business, the farther you're going to get. And when you are doing all of that, the one thing you need to remember is the arrows out. You have to be sharing what you're doing with your team. So you need to really be showing them if you're working on Canva or if you're working on graphics, here's what I made. If you're following up with your customers, here's what I'm sending my customers for Happy Mail, or this is how I'm recognizing my Scentsy Club people, right? Share the things that are working for you. Another thing that I really like to be able to do is to set up like collaboration Zooms. So it's one of the things that really keeps me motivated and keeps me working in my business is to have that accountability factor. And so that may be other consultants that you are friends with, that you get along with, that you work well with. Find your tribe, right? You got to find your tribe and find your circle, and then you need to stick with that tribe because those are the people that are going to push with you. Those are the people that you're going to be sharing ideas with. And all of that is what really encompasses that leadership mentality, right? Being able to make a difference, being able to make time to share with your team. Let me tell you, joining this business is nothing that I ever thought it would be. I just simply thought that I'd be selling things that smell good, and that was kind of all I did, right? But obviously now in my business today, I've evolved way past that. And you guys are going to be doing the same. So if you're watching this, then I want you to know that you have to set yourself up for success. You need to have a game plan to your business and how you're going to be a leader. How are you going to communicate with your team? Is it in a Facebook page? Is it in a chat? Is it texting? Is it phone calls? Is it Zooms? Is it FaceTime? Whatever it is. Determine your means of communication. Determine when you are going to really pour into your team as well. So maybe that is giving one day a week a theme of, I'm going to do all the leadership things on this day and commit to it and really, really be intentional with it. I know I've said that like a trillion times probably in this video, but intentional with your time makes a huge difference. And it's really going to keep you from spending all day just spinning your wheels. Trust me. Trust me. It is. You guys are going to be amazing leaders and you're going to continue to grow and blossom as leaders. But one of the things that I will leave you with is do not forget to pour into yourself because you have to be continuously filling your own cup. So whether that is Maybe you get that from watching other videos. Maybe you get that from networking with other consultants. Maybe it's events, whatever it is that really pulls you in. That's what you need to focus towards. Leadership is everything when it comes to your business and growing beyond just you and your personal sales. Being able to share, being able to collaborate together with your team, being able to answer questions, and knowing that you don't have to know everything to be a good leader. I certainly do not know everything. And I will tell you, I don't even know how many times a day where someone will ask me a question that I'm just like, I don't know, but let me find out for you, right? That's why we have all of our resources. So don't think that you have to wait until you know everything, or you have to wait till you're at a certain title or a certain point in your business to be able to be a good leader. It can happen from day one if you set your mind to it, if you're consistent with it, if you're intentional with it. So set yourself up a schedule. And if you'd love to share, I'd love to see you guys share yours in the group and share with us what you were doing, because I would love to see that. So that way we can collaborate. And if you need help setting up that schedule, then that's what I'm here to do as well. So take these nuggets with you over this month. And next month, we're really going to be focused in on onboarding. So bringing on new team members and what that looks like in your business. So make sure you do not miss the February leadership training. Till next time, bye.